to the DFW Speed Puzzle Showdown. Yay! So excited! And I have to fix my nails in the car, so that's fun, but we're really excited. We're looking forward to it today. We're hoping to meet some cool people and have a lot of fun together. There's Aaron driving. Ah! I recently did my very first speed jigsaw puzzle competition, and it was a lot of fun. It was the DFW Speed Puzzle Showdown, and I'm going to tell you all about it. So a little bit of background, I had recently got into speed jigsaw puzzling through Twitch and YouTube and had just watched the live streams of the national competitions that were in March. So I heard about this event that they were organizing around my area, and I knew I really wanted to sign up. It was a little bit out of character for me because I'm very shy and introverted, and I have never done something like this before, but I knew I really wanted to do this. Beforehand, about 2 months before, I knew that the solo competition was going to be a 300-piece puzzle that you had to complete in 60 minutes or less. So I did kind of stock up on 300-piece puzzles, and I would practice those once or twice a week. And then about a week and a half or a week before the actual day of the competition, they announced there was a theme, and they also gave us the manufacturer for one of the puzzles. So the theme was It's a Colorful Life, and one of the puzzles was going to be a buffalo puzzle. So I grabbed all my buffalo puzzles, which is not that many, and anything colorful I had. And getting ready for it, it was a little bit, it felt to me like packing for a vacation. I knew I wanted to bring a backpack. I had to have all my stuff in it. By all my stuff, I mean like I had to have my puzzle box holder, my timer, my headphones, things that for me I felt were essential. We made it to the DFW Speed Puzzle Showdown. Yay! We're super excited. There's Aaron. I think he's reading a book on his phone. He's looking at books on his phone, but we're excited. The solo competition check-in starts at 9. It's 8:48, so we're a little bit early, and then the competition starts at 9:30. I'm just hoping to complete my puzzle in under an hour. That's my goal. I don't think I'm gonna, I'm not looking to place or anything like that. I just want to have fun and see if I can do under an hour. Pairs check-in, me and him are gonna be checking at 10:30, and that's starting at 11. And we practiced last night, and I think we did really good, so I'm just hoping that we have a lot of fun. The morning of the competition, it was a little fun excitement, getting ready and driving there. It was not a bad drive for us. We went ahead and made our way up, and there was a line outside, so I was a little bit surprised. I was like, oh, there's a line, like we're gonna have to wait in line. I thought being, earlier on time, there wouldn't be that many people there already, but I was wrong, but no big deal. It was fun standing in line. Volunteers was like talking to everybody, and the line did start to move, pretty quickly once they started checking everybody in. They were checking in for the solo competition first, and then they would check you off the list and hand you your puzzle in a sealed black plastic bag. The space that the competition was held in, it was in like a recreation center or like conference room type of area. So the check-in table and then all of the activities other than the competition were in one room on a smaller side in the front. And then you would go into the main like conference room, or so you can go into that room and pick your table. But before that, let me tell you a little bit about the other stuff that they had in the first room. I didn't get any because we had already ate breakfast before we came, but if I hadn't, then I definitely would have chowed down on some donut holes. They also had the puzzle swap tables. So for the puzzle swap, I'll talk a little bit about that later. They also had, I guess, the puzzle piece size. So they had like a huge tube that had a bunch of puzzle pieces in it, and you could put your guess down for how many thought were in there, and then whoever was closest would get a prize. They also had tables set up for puzzle chess and sprints is what they were called. I'm not 100% sure if I'm saying that right, but basically 3 people would sit down and they would put a very small sized puzzle together as fast as they could, and whoever had the fastest time throughout the day would get a prize. I didn't do either of those activities. We just liked enjoying watching people do these things. Maybe I'll participate later down the road. But we did do the puzzle swap, and I will talk about that later. So as far as the competition, you got your puzzle in the sealed bag, and then we went and picked a table. First checking in and getting into the actual puzzle competition room, there was a big wall of windows on the left side, monitors at the front of the room, and that's where the host would speak, and then tables throughout the room. So I kind of wanted to pick a table in the back of the room, and the reason is that I knew from watching the Nationals that the Nationals had assigned tables and they put faster people in the front. So I was worried that people that had done competitions before would choose tables on the front, and I didn't want to be near fast people. So I chose a table almost to the very back of the room, but I thought it had good lighting. Basically for solos and pairs competitions, they had one 8-foot table that was split in half, and I wanted one where my left side could be clear, because when I practice, that's where I put my box top, or where I can look at the image of the puzzle. So I didn't want to be constantly looking at somebody to my left every time I needed to look at my puzzle. I thought that might be distracting. And so I was very fortunate to get a good table. When the competition started, adrenaline. Again, I have never been put in this situation before. It was a little bit, it was very exciting for me. Just ripping open the bag and getting the box out. When I first pulled the box out, it was a buffalo puzzle, and it was called Rainbow Shoe Closet, and I immediately thought oh, perfect, it's rainbow, it's colorful, and it's shoes. Yes, I love this. But at the same time, the whole time I'm doing things, I'm oh, am I going fast enough? Am I getting my box out? Am I, flipping my pieces over? So the first thing that I typically do is open the box, which they had pre-cut, thank you. Flip all the pieces over, put the box top on my box top holder, and then if there's a puzzle poster, to put it on my box top. So I knew it was a buffalo puzzle, it was gonna have a poster, so I went ahead and did that. I didn't see anybody else use their puzzle poster. I don't know if that gave me any kind of advantage or not, and I started by flipping pieces over and trying to sort out the edge pieces. I know that there's mixed reviews on, if that's the fastest thing to do or not, but that's how I had practiced and I felt comfortable doing it. And the whole time I'm sitting there flipping, and it's just so. Then we could check in for our pairs. So I finally got my husband to agree to do pairs with me, and we signed up, and our team name was Ta-Ra-Ra Boom Duray. And we checked in, and they didn't give us our puzzle, but then it was time to start the pairs competition. So this time I was doing it with Aaron, and to me it was a lot less stressful. I don't know if it's because I had already done the solo competition, but we had got our rhythm down beforehand. We did practice a little bit. This puzzle was a Seiko puzzle, and it was of a a pail or a tin bucket full of flowers. It was very colorful, but you could tell everybody was kind of shocked that it was not a buffalo puzzle, because I guess from the clue given before the competition, they thought all the puzzles were going to be buffalo. So you could hear this kind of whisper throughout the room, Seiko, 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 Seiko. I don't know how to say it, I'm sorry. But it just kind of made me giggle internally that everybody was freaking out a little bit about that. This puzzle was a little bit harder, even with 2 people working on it, but it was still a lot of fun. And I am pleased to announce that we still got this done under 60 minutes. So our finish time for this was 49 minutes, I believe. So I'm super happy with that. I was happy to finish both of our competitions in under 60-minute time limit, and I couldn't be happier. For the very first time doing it, that's all I wanted, just to see if it would be fun and if it was something that is obtainable for me and then for us as a team. And I'm so happy that it was. I think for the solo competition, I came in 38 out of 76 people. For the pairs competition, we came in kind of towards the back of the pack, but that's okay. After the pairs competition, we really didn't have anything else that we had to do. We didn't sign up for teams, so we can just hang out. They did have a lunch period for 1 hour. So again, we went back to the lobby, the main area. We looked at the puzzle swap puzzles again and just kind of browsed the activities, and then we went and ate lunch. After lunch was the final event for the day, was teams. I did want to stick around and watch even though we were not competing, because I wanted to just be a part of it and kind of see how it all went down. It was actually really enjoyable just as a spectator. So if you're ever thinking about going to a puzzle competition just as a spectator or to cheer on a friend or family member, I highly recommend it. And this one was not bad because it was still a 60-minute time limit, but this time they had to complete a 500-piece puzzle as a team of 4 members. We picked a spot and kind of sat there pretty stoically for the whole 60 minutes, where we could only really see like 3 or 4 teams at a good advantage, and then we could kind of stand up and, you know, look past to see the progress of other teams. But it was still really fun to kind of watch just the ones that were in close view. And then once people started getting the puzzles finished, that was also very exciting. I apologize because I do not know what the puzzle is that they put together. It was a Buffalo brand, but it was different. It was more of a picture landscape. I think it was like of a cabin and a stream or a river and then some mountains in the background. If I can find it, I will put a picture for you. But as a 500-piece puzzle, it did seem like the teams were having a little bit of difficulties, but the first team finished it, I think, within 35 minutes. At the end of the day, the teams competitions finished, and that was really the end. We could go back out and you could still guess the puzzle pieces. They also had a little area set up to take pictures and selfies. That was really fun, and that was really it in the end of the day. So some things to take away that I was not expecting, or I thought maybe could be different in the future, is for one, the lobby or the area that all the other activities in it was kind of small. I understand that they were working with what they had and they weren't sure exactly what to expect, but it was a little bit cramped, especially at the beginning of the day with everybody there. If you wanted to look at the puzzle swap table, it was right next to the guess the piece count, and everybody was kind of bumping shoulders. A bigger space for the extracurricular activities in the future would be nice if possible. And I also was a little bit disappointed in a couple things with the puzzle store. I wasn't sure what to expect, to be honest. But one thing is they did have a sponsor for the competition, at least for the prizes, and that was the Puzzled Co. And it was a local puzzle company. So those were what were given out as prizes, along with, I think, a small monetary amount. But they didn't have any of those puzzles there for us to purchase. They were a very unique puzzle. They were water jet cut and were waterproof and could float. So they had an example of them, but they didn't have them for us to purchase. You can go online and purchase them, but I was really looking forward to getting one there the day of the competition as like a souvenir. You did get to take home the puzzles that you competed with. So for the solo, I did get to take home my solo puzzle, and for the pairs, since we both lived together, we got to take home our pairs puzzle. For people that didn't know each other in pairs and teams, I think they had to figure out who, amongst them would take the puzzle home. I'm glad I didn't have to do that. I would have been happy letting anyone take it though. And then the selection of puzzles in general was a little small. Again, I didn't know what to expect. I can't judge them too harshly. It was nice to have any puzzles to purchase, but being a big fan of doing puzzles, it would have been nice to have more variety. The ones that we did get, I will talk about in just a moment. So wrapping up, it was a lot of fun. Like, I did not anticipate me having so much fun doing this that I wanted to come home and share it with you all. And I hope that I can continue and keep doing it in the future. And that's about it. Again, I had a blast. It was a lot of fun. I loved seeing everybody there. I loved seeing the participation, the families, the friends that were there. I really hope to be able to make some more friends in the future and to participate in something again. Hey y'all, do you want to see my puzzle haul from the Showdown? So this was a pretty small competition. It was brand new. It was my first puzzle competition, but I think where it really shined was the puzzle swap. And what that is you bring a puzzle, it can be new or used, and then you can swap it with another puzzle that someone else brought of, you know, similar piece size. And a lot of people brought puzzles for this. It was a really good turnout for the competition, and it was a great turnout for the puzzle swap. I would definitely go to one of these again just to participate in a puzzle swap. But let's see what I got. So I got this one. Let me put it in front of my face for a minute. It's a Disney Toy Story 4. Of course, I had to get that one. It's a 400-piece puzzle. I think what is really interesting about this one, I've not seen something like this. It's called a Together Time puzzle, and it has different piece sizes. Bigger pieces for children, medium pieces, and then smaller pieces for like adults or advanced maybe. And then you're supposed to all work on it together. So I thought that was really fun. Let's see what else. I also got this 300-piece E.T. Blockbuster puzzle. I just think that the Blockbuster itself and the E.T. maybe like drew me in. I'm not sure. I think it's gonna be a pretty difficult puzzle to put together though. There's a lot of black and stars and similar like color, but it'll be fun. I got this Bits and Pieces 500-piece puzzle ferry boat to Provincetown. I just really liked the art style on it, so I'm pretty excited to put that one together. That's a 500-piece. I also got another one that's similar to that. It's a 500-piece, literally an Americana edition. But this one is the masterpieces. I think this one's called Freewheeling. Yeah, I just really like that art style. It calls to me. So that's gonna be really fun to try to put together. This is hilarious. This 300-piece puzzle, Southern Draw, and it's art by Jeff Foxworthy. Like, what? And it says, there was always an argument about who would sit across from Lenny at Thanksgiving. So I guess like this is Lenny. He's a little goofy looking. I did see somebody post this one in like the puzzle group for the competition ahead of time, and I thought it was hilarious. So I was super excited to see it on the swap table. And one other one, 300-piece Happy Camper. I had one like this on my Amazon list beforehand, so I was really, you know, happy to be able to grab this one. I love the art style and the bright colors, and the little camper is just so cute. And then I really especially love this little, I don't know if you can see it, black cat in the door there. So that's cool. In addition to the swap puzzles, they did have a small selection of puzzles to buy. So we did purchase 2 puzzles. We weren't going to, but then we saw this one. And let me know if you can see it. I'll hide my face so it may focus. It's a Portal, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Puzzle of cats. Of course it's cats, we have to get it. What's really cool about these, I don't know if you've seen anything like this, probably, is they're woodcut puzzles, and the puzzle piece shapes, some of them are actually like cut to shape like animals. So you're putting the random pieces together, but they're like animals. The last one is this 1,000 piece puzzle by Workshop and the art of Marina Esther Castaldo. She's an Italian artist, and I just thought this was really beautiful. It has the VW bus, of course, so you know, I had to get it. And it's also like a vertical puzzle, so for 1,000 piece, I thought that was pretty neat. That was my puzzle haul. Y'all let me know what you think, if you would like any of those puzzles or if you would have picked them or something different. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, I hope to have more content on here in the future. But just thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed it.